What do I love about running? Well, first of all, I think humans were meant to run. That's why we have long legs. We evolved this way, chasing the wildebeest across the Great Plains so that we could feed ourselves. But the solitude, being by myself, um, the physical exercise and fitness about it, but the quiet times where you just get lost in thought, where the only thing I can hear is the sound of my own feet hitting the ground and my breathing, and then the sound of the wind just whooshing by my ear. I get lost. I'll go by buildings and not even realize I've crossed streets or intersections. But yeah, just getting lost in the solitude. I love that aspect of just running. Racing, that's a different thing. It's all about the bling when it comes to the racing. What will I get in return? A free t-shirt, a hat, but most important, it's the medals. Why, hello. Come on in. This is MTV Cribs.
I don't know, is it?
So, running was by accident. As a New Year's resolution in 2010, I decided I wanted to get healthy. I quit smoking after 20 years and decided that I needed to lose weight. I started exercising, working out, and I was losing a lot of weight. But I felt like I wanted to lose more, and I wanted to lose it a little bit faster. So I decided I was going to go out one day and give jogging a try. I could not even run a mile without stopping. But I never gave up, and I kept persisting. And then before I knew it, I was able to run a mile and maybe run 2 miles. And then one night we were sitting back as a family, and we were watching The Biggest Loser on television. And all of the contestants, they were preparing to run a half marathon. And my youngest daughter, Simone, during the commercial break, turned to me and said, "You're going to run a marathon one day, just like those people on television." I thought she was insane. I mean, I could barely run 2 miles, but the thought stayed with me, and every time I'd go out and try to run and run a little bit further, I kept that in the back of my mind until 2011, when I realized there were some local half marathons and full marathons here in Long Island, and I started training for them. So I kind of attribute my running to wanting to get healthy and lose weight, but definitely the marathons were from an inspiration from my daughter Simone. Yeah, this is my daughter Raquel and my other daughter Simone. I always wish that they would come to more of my races. I've managed to talk each of them into going to one race apiece, but they've never seen me run a marathon or complete a marathon. That's my biggest goal, to have them there waiting for me at the finish line on one of my big races. All right, so this is the story of my running in photographs. This one here at the top, it's my very first race. It was done in 1997. It was a 5K. But this book is not just a chronicle of my running. It's also a weight loss story as well. Throughout the pictures, you'll see that I've dropped a few pounds. This one was my very first half marathon. It was freezing that day, but I managed to finish under 2 hours. And you can see I've lost a lot of weight from just this picture to that one. This is another 4-mile race. Wasn't as cold that day. I only was wearing arm warmers. Not bad, not bad. This was another 4-mile race, but I love this picture. I got the nickname The Leaper from this photograph because I was running so fast across the finish, my feet weren't even touching the ground.
Flying.
Flying. This picture, I can't even remember what race it was from, but I love it so much because it shows my tone and muscle definition in
Like
this
an
one.
action figure.
I was feeling really strong in this photo. I remember the feeling, but I can't remember the race. This was the Long Island Half Marathon, and I'm doing one of my favorite poses that I do when I cross the finish line.
Where's that supposed to be?
That was at Eisenhower Park in Nassau County. Long Island Marathon they've been doing for like 40 years. I only did the half marathon that year though. And then this was the Hamptons Half Marathon. I think this is a really cool picture because my hands are up in the air. It looks like I'm coming in for a smooth landing. This half marathon actually holds my personal record as my fastest one. Clock time may say 1:57, but from the time I actually started, it was 1 hour 56 minutes it took me to run. So along with running, healthy eating, and having the proper diet, there's no way that you can get up in the morning and run 10 miles and then go work 8 hours if you're not giving your body the proper nutrition and the proper balance. I'm not one of those people that believe in those fad diets that say eliminate carbohydrates from your diet and only eat this and don't eat that. I eat a well-rounded diet that's nutrient rich, that has lots of vegetables, complex carbohydrates so that I can fuel my body so that it can do these extraordinary things like run 45 miles in a single week. There's no way you could do this on celery and carrot sticks and glasses of water only. Proper nutrition goes along with running. So in trying to stay fit and healthy and live a active, healthy lifestyle, I can't help but think about other members of my family, like my brother and my sisters, nieces, nephews. Being African American, high blood pressure, diabetes, heart disease runs rampant in our culture. And I would like to think that I inspire them. I want to inspire them more by, living the way I'm living now. I mean, I started this whole lifestyle change late in life, if you can call 36 late in life. But just to be an example for them, saying if I was able to drop 60 pounds and give up smoking after 20 years and really start shaping my life so that I can live longer and healthier, I hope that they look at me as an example and do the same. So, in training for something like a marathon and then having a full-time job as well, it interferes. So a lot of times I'll have to run home from work. You can imagine working an 8-hour shift on your feet, and then after you punch out, putting on your sneakers and a pair of running shorts and running home. And for me, that's about 8 miles. But that's the type of dedication you need to have when you're trying to accomplish big goals. You've got to stick to your training when the goal is to run a marathon, 26.2 miles. I plan on running 37 marathons by the time I am retiring from the sport or marathons itself. I ran my first marathon when I was 37 years old, and I thought to myself, I want to run at least one every year. So by the time I'm 74, which is a significant number to me, 74, the year I was born, I figured I'd run 37 marathons in 37 years and retire at 74. So what distances am I better at, long or short? That one's a difficult question to answer. I've run them all. I've won as many awards in my age group for short distances like 5Ks, 10Ks, 4-milers, as many times as I have met my time goals in longer distances like half marathons and marathons. I actually think, if I can sound a little conceited, I'm good at both. I set realistic but hard-working goals, and I stick to my training and I just try to get it done. So I think I'm good at both, short and long distance.
Oh.
So this is my town. This is Huntington Station where I live, Long Island.
Long Island.
This is the neighborhood where I run.
What else, mommy?
Chicken wings.
What are you getting, darling? What do you like? On your off time.
On my off time.
On your off time.
On my off time when I'm not
All right,
training.
say it again.
On my off time when I'm not training, I do like to indulge in some Latin food. Rice and beans, sancocho, the good stuff. Chicken wings. Chicken wings.
Ana, ¿usted me la puede cobrar?
De cerveza. That's what I would normally get. Brown rice. Not the white stuff, the brown rice. Complex carbohydrates. That's what you want. Brown. I'll tell the truth. I mean, not all runners drink. And not all runners drink beer. But among my running friends and family, an ice cold beer after a long run is a welcome treat. Oh, definitely. Don't get me drinking on camera.